Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to call to order the Eureka Springs Hospital Commission's regular meeting today on July 19th, 2021 at 6:03 p.m. Before we get started, I just wanted to welcome and thank Judy Giggy for joining the Hospital Commission, and her willingness to serve is greatly appreciated. So we'll go ahead now and take a roll call. I'm here, Tyson Burden.
David Carlisle.
Angie Shaw.
April Griffith.
Thank you.
Judy Giggy. Leva Murphy.
Okay, so we have quorum. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as written?
So moved.
Okay,
So approved.
very good. All of those, can I get a second? I'm sorry.
Second.
Okay. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All of those opposed? Okay, so we'll go on with the agenda as written.
Dr.
April, I
Bird,
think your mic is off.
you need to point out that Mr. Turner is joining us by phone.
Thank you.
How about now?
And Mr. Turner, Kent Turner is joining us by Zoom tonight. Okay. Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes of the regular meeting for June? If so, can I get a motion to accept the minutes as written?
I move that the minutes be accepted as presented.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all of those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All of those opposed? Okay, I heard Kent there as well. So the minutes are approved. Okay, it doesn't look like we have anyone for public comment tonight. So we'll move on to the treasurer's report. Kent, are you able to give us the treasurer's report?
I am. I didn't have it in writing because I had some hacking problems with my Microsoft account, but I'll give it to you verbally. There was no change in the checking account balance in the month of June, so we stand at $17,019.01, which was exactly where we were at the May balance. Our money market, the only activity we had in the money market account was $420.12 in interest for the month. So the balance at 6/30/2021 is $1,447,051.38. The CD only gets interest quarterly, and the next interest payment will be 7/23/21. So it's the same as last month, which is $433,597.31.
Okay, very good. Does anyone have any questions for Kent about the treasurer's report? Okay, then let's move on to the committee reports. Kent, do you want to give the financial committee report?
I'm going to hold off. I've seen lots of activity, and I'm very pleased with what's going on, but are we going to have a CFO report tonight?
We're going to have a CFO report per Angie. Bill Couch is unable to attend tonight.
Well, then I will just highlight some major things that I think were accomplished during the month so far. We have been able to get our general ledger down to a manageable amount. It's my understanding, even though I haven't seen them, that June financials were produced. Thank you, God. I am very pleased with that. So I have not seen them yet, but there's been a lot of work going on, both by Bill Couch and by Roger. Can't think of his last name right now. Bowman. But we've done a lot of work, and I know there's a lot of people there to put in a lot of effort. So I'm very pleased with what's happened just in the last 25 days.
Very good. I think you'll be very pleased on the cash basis report that we have for you tonight as well. Okay. Any questions about financial committee for Kent? Let's move on to the marketing committee. Leva, do you have anything for us on marketing committee?
We have met via phone and through email only, and we've had a good response in our logo contest. So
Yeah.
it looks like we're going to have some really nice choices.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be really hard to pick between
It won't
some
be
of
my
the...
problem.
No problem?
It won't be my problem.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we have some really good entries. I mean, fantastic entries. So So, yeah, that looks great. Any questions for Leva about the marketing committee?
About how many people submitted entries?
I think it's up to 4, but some of them sent several options.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
There's 4 or 5, if I remember right.
Yeah. Okay, the Quad C committee has been working on the flooring contract that we will talk about more later in the meeting tonight. We've also been working on the general hospital liability insurance, as well as the insurance for directors and officers concerning commission. We've also started to begin to formulate the beginnings of a new outpatient clinic. We're also working on having an engineer inspect the old portion of the building. After the events in Florida, it seemed to be a good idea to do that once again. We've also been discussing contracts for work to be done on the Brown House. We've also begun the process of reevaluating our wages with the intention of raising wages, especially for those who have fallen behind in the many past years. And that pretty much sums up the Quad C. I will leave the rest for Angie's CEO report, which will turn, any questions for me about the Quad C committee? If not, then we'll turn to Angie for the CEO report.
Okay, we'll start off regarding COVID-19 and the vaccinations. Just to give you an idea of our facility, what we've seen so far since mid-June. We have seen an increase in positive cases as they're seeing nationwide. We've completed 298 tests with 33 confirmed positive tests, and 17 of those positive tests have just been confirmed since July 1st. These numbers are reported daily to the state and federal authorities. The Arkansas Department of Health was in-house the first week of July for a case review, and they praised us on our COVID screening and admittance procedures for the hospital. They said we have one of the best that they've seen in the state. So
Excellent.
we continue our vaccine clinics. We still currently have Pfizer available, so we can vaccinate ages 12 and up. We've been holding a clinic every Friday, usually from about 10 to 1, 10 to 2. But we've also been going out in the community as well to vaccinate companies that need it for their employees. There seems to have been a decline for the vaccine, but I feel like that's starting to change. More people are contacting Catherine, our community liaison, trying to set up appointments. So hopefully that trend continues. Regarding nursing, swing bed, and respiratory, the Arkansas Department of Health, as I said, was in-house the first week of July. They were here for 2 days to review charts. Upon their exit interview, they were pleased to say that their chart reviews indicated our patients' care was appropriate and to state standards, and they found no issues. Our swing bed patients are continuing to trend up over the past month, and hopefully that'll continue. I know we're reaching out to facilities to let them know that we still have that program in-house and are willing to take patients that need a little extra care. Greg Barrios, our respiratory therapist, added to our available vents. He has them set up and ready to go should we need them. We actually have a total of 7 available vents in the hospital at this time. He has also completed vent training with all our nursing staff as well as all of our physicians. And our patient satisfaction surveys continue to be positive regarding the care they receive at Eureka Springs Hospital. The ER census continues to be trending up as well. We have had an increase of 34% in June compared to June of 2020, and a 29% increase compared to June of 2019. The ER admission rates are still sitting at 10%. We do have some new equipment in our ER for patient care. We received new patient vital sign monitors as well as a video laryngoscope to assist in intubation of patients should we need it. And Catherine, our community liaison, continues to do phone calls to ER patients, and our satisfaction rates continue to be positive from those phone calls. Currently with lab, they have been reviewing available tests with the physicians in-house in an attempt to retire any that are rarely used. That way they can make room for tests that may be needed. In radiology, our outpatient procedures have increased over the past several weeks. Ultrasound is available Monday through Friday during business hours only. And we are currently looking into an online education course to train more of our radiology techs on ultrasound. That way we can extend that coverage. Currently, we only have one ultrasound tech. Regarding the clinic, we have sent our forms to the state for acceptance to operate a clinic at the 25 North site. We are currently in a holding pattern until we get those approvals back. Cardiologist Dr. Tandon will be holding his outpatient clinics with a proposed start date in August. He'll be there the second Monday of the month. Dr. Hull and Dr. Wilson continue using the clinic space on their designated days. And Jeff Bell, our surgeon who does the endoscopy cases and EGDs, he has increased his services. We're averaging 15 plus procedures on the days he's here. The business office, I know Kent kind of touched on this, but Mr. Couch, our CFO, is continuing to work the GL, AP, and AR accounts. They are making amazing improvement there. He is also working on our cost report that is due the end of this month, and he says that is about 99.9% finished. He's hoping to have it done this week so we can get it mailed off to the state. As of right now, we are still currently searching for an accounting manager who will work closely with our CFO. Financials, I did hand out a June packet as well as they went out in the email. Insurance, we did obtain GL and PL insurance through a local agent. It did go in effect July 10th with no lapse in coverage. We are currently interviewing for medical records clerk. We had a part-time medical records clerk that decided to retire, so that spot is open. Human resources. We've recently completed open enrollment for both AFLAC services as well as offered AirVac memberships to staff with good turnout for those two items. We still have several openings available and advertised. HR is doing a good job at getting those notices out there and also going to job fairs. Our marketing department, we still continue to reach out to our surrounding facilities to educate on our services, as well as our trauma and stroke programs. And the logo contest is going well. We have, like we said earlier, we have received several entries. The final date for entries is July 31st. Maintenance, housekeeping, dietary, and IT. Maintenance has been busy. They've been receiving multiple quotes to replace the flooring in all patient care areas. We've also received quotes for remodel of the patient 4-bed unit, as well as getting bids to repair the fascia and soffits on the 1928 building. They have also went down to the Brown House and are looking at what needs to be done to get it open for use as a business office. They have been reaching out, of course, to the electric company, the water, sewer, as well as there's some maintenance that needs to be done, a rebuild of a deck, and just make sure it's ready to go. The best news in this whole report is the fact that we did hire a housekeeper. She is full-time, and she started last Monday with us, and she seems to enjoy it, and we are happy that she is with us. We asked her if she had any friends. Dietary is going through some personnel changes, but it has had no effects on patients or staff. IT is currently working on computer upgrades. We have a lot of older equipment that is needing to be replaced, so that's what he's working on currently. And for our Community Works, we are still continuing the no-cost community vaccine clinics. And I know we've been urging everyone that we can to get that vaccine, and cold calling companies and businesses in our area to see if that's an option for us to come in and give vaccines in their places of employment for their staff.
That's great. Thank you, Angie, for the CEO report. Does anybody have any questions for Angie concerning her report? No, if not, well, I guess you're up for the CFO report, as Bill Couch had a emergency, I understand, and was unable to attend this evening, although he was initially planning on it.
Yes.
So if you could go ahead and just give us the report the best you can, we'd appreciate it.
Okay, so just take a look at, we'll look at.
Angie, for my benefit, could you speak just a little bit louder?
Oh, yeah, sorry. For receipts, looks like June receipts totaled $605,695. Compared to May, that was a 10% increase. Operating expenses, total operating expenses for June was $537,467, which was down from May's $551,289. Our excess receipts totaled $68,228. That does not include capital-related expenditures of $29,723. The bank balances for June, as of June 30th, was $1.2 million compared to, actually, let me redo that, $1,266,699 compared to May's $1,229,688. That was a 3% change between June and May. And let's see. Total revenue for June was $1,332,836, which was a 49.4% increase from last year. If I'm reading that right. Yes. I don't think you want me to go by line on that one. Okay. It was kind of a short report.
Sure, that's fine. Does anyone else have questions for Angie on the CFO report? I just had a couple of things. The 3% increase in the overall bank accounts was an increase, correct? Which is
Yes.
first time, long time for that, possibly ever. And overall, even after capital expenditures, we had approximately $29,000 more in the bank than not. And so that is also a brand-new
A first.
since the commission's taken over the hospital. So if you look at this in what I presented to the city council last time, this is a dramatic improvement and very good. So we're doing very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else have
could I
any?
ask that,
Yes, Kent.
Could I ask that somebody email me a copy of the CFO and the CEO report?
Ken, I did, you might need to check your junk folder,
I'll do that.
but I will resend it too. If you don't show it in your regular email, check your junk as well.
Yes,
Thank you.
most of the hospital employees are still having a little problem with their emails getting tagged as spam or junk, and so it happens a fair amount. I think Drew's working on that a lot, but it's kind of a difficult problem, actually. So, anyway. Okay. So that brings us to our one new business agenda item, which is the floor renovation. So just a little background on this. The floors in the front of the hospital, this is the newer portion of the hospital, which newer meaning 1970s, have been quite worn, and they haven't had great, well, they've just had a lot of use, I guess is the best way to put it, over the last many years. And so it's really come time that we start maintaining the building, and the staff felt like, and maintenance and some commissioners as well, felt like one of the top priorities would be to replace the floor in the patient care areas. So we went out and obtained a quote in order to do that. And the quote that Angie's going to present tonight, I just want everyone to note, is a quote that kind of only stands for right now. Because material prices have been increasing so rapidly, we were able to lock in on this price. But if we do decide to wait, that the price will be significantly higher. So, Angie, would you give us the, and you did have multiple bids on this, correct?
We
Okay.
did.
So, yeah, if you would just give us those, that would be great.
Yeah. So the flooring quote is for replacement in all patient care areas. So that means ER, OR, patient rooms, patient hallways, nurses station, anywhere where a patient or family would be, and lobbies as well. And actually, it also includes radiology, like the CT room, and the cafeteria.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I always forget the cafeteria is included in on this. Of course, we reached out to several companies. We tried to stay local, so we did find a company out of Berryville that gave us a good quote. The rest are all from the corridor. The best quote that we did receive was from Superior Abbey Flooring, which is out of Berryville. And it was a total of $62,968.13. The other quotes were for less service and were more expensive. One was $70,500, the other one was $107,000. It does cover, the flooring square footage was 10,195 square foot. It does cover all the flooring, the installation, down to the co-base for the side of the walls, as well as freight and fuel charges and taxes. Prior to taxes, the square footage, the price per square footage was $5.65, and that included, of course, labor and everything.
Okay, does anyone have, can I get to open the discussion, can I get a motion to approve purchasing the floor with the current quote that has been presented?
I move to.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move that we procure the flooring based upon the quote received, the lowest quote received, as presented by Angie.
I second.
Okay. Okay. So now we'll open up the discussion for this. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they would like to discuss concerning this quote?
What are the materials?
Good question.
Yes, that would be good to know. It is a hospital or grade, and it's going to be vinyl tiles, like the wood grain tiles in the patient rooms, hallways. In the ER, we did a little different in the OR just because of the traffic in there, and especially in ER with EMS, it's going to be like a vinyl sheet flooring.
Okay. And the quote, I assume, covers the removal and disposal of the,
It does.
Yeah, so this wood grain vinyl tiling is pretty popular in a lot of the bigger hospitals, especially, I've seen it a lot in the OBGYN wards
Yeah.
where they're trying to make things like a little bit more comfortable, you know, or that. So it's that style
Right.
of flooring, which
Yeah.
is different than what we've had.
Yes.
It doesn't require.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Does it have any kind of warranty with it, Angie?
It does have a warranty, because I remember I asked Becky, but it's see, it's in my notes. I know on some of it, depending on, you know, if it was a manufacturer, it seems like it had a lifetime warranty, but if they're, it doesn't say on here, but I know it does have a warranty
On the materials,
on the materials.
and do we have a warranty on the installation or the actual work that's done?
Might want to talk.
Do we have a warranty on the actual work?
I can verify that, because it is not listed on this quote. But I will verify it.
And do we look for some sort of track record for the company that's doing it, or is it well-known in the community? I mean, it's from Berryville, so you gotta have some idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thank
I know that Becky had reached out to other customers, and they had all said good things, so
okay, thank you.
they approved of their work.
So Ken, it seems that we have some sort of warranty on the materials, likely a lifetime warranty on that, but I'm for sure or uncertain about the labor warranty. Is this something that concerns you enough that you think you might want to wait and try to do a special meeting after we find out that information, or?
No, I'm comfortable with just making sure that there is some type of installation warranty in addition to the materials.
Okay, would you like to amend your motion to say as such, or do you want to leave the motion as it is?
No, I'll amend my motion to add, including materials and installation warranties.
Okay, and April, are you okay with amending the
I will
second for that?
His amended motion.
Okay, very good. Is there any further discussion on the flooring? Okay, all of those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 All of those opposed? So the motion passes, so we'll be able to purchase the flooring. Thank you very much. So now we move on to the commissioners' comments. And Judy, I know this is your first night, but do you have any comment?
No, on this last one, when would that work begin?
I'm sorry,
When would the work begin for the flooring?
Angie.
I know we have discussed that multiple times, and it's going to have to be done in sections, of course, because we can't completely shut down the entire patient care area. But once they get the materials in, they said that they could start right away, and we'll probably do a couple of rooms at a time, is how they're imagining it.
Very good.
How do you plan to accommodate our emergency room?
I was there several years ago when we did the flooring in the ER, and actually we used the patient rooms on the floor and had them go through a different entrance. We
You know-
also used the OR too.
And I was involved with Quad C in some of these discussions, and the company is very well aware, and it's one of the reasons we like this company, that they felt that they could go in and do the flooring extremely quickly, and they understand that it is a hospital, and it has to be done in sections and, ASAP.
Right.
So, feel pretty good about that all in all. Any other comments, Judy?
No.
Okay. Leva?
No?
David? Okay. April?
No.
Okay. And so I'll just end with my chairman's comments. I just have 2 comments tonight. First of all, I just wanted to recognize the absolutely tremendous work that Virgil Fowler did for our hospital leading up to his death last week. We're really going to miss him as a person and a professional. I was on the phone with him, I think, just about daily, and sometimes several times a day, and I know Angie was too. We worked hard on this general liability insurance for the hospital because CNA is a company that has insured hospitals like ours and had pretty much the market on it, and this year they decided to get out of that market, and they dropped most hospitals, including ours. And so it was a big job to get these quotes. It took run-loss reports, which meant that we had to go back, to Legion's time and try to get run-loss reports. It was a lot of work, and he literally worked day and night on this. It was really exceptional, and we're going to miss him a lot. So I just wanted to say that. Also, I just once again wanted to remind everyone that we are able to provide anyone who has not been vaccinated a vaccination, and it won't cost you anything to get your vaccination. And as of recently, as Angie mentioned in the CEO report, we're really seeing COVID rates increase dramatically in our community as well as statewide, which you've probably heard about on the news. So if you were to come to get a vaccine immediately at the hospital, you would be considered fully vaccinated in approximately 5 weeks. And that's going to give you an estimated protection rate of greater than 90% against severe disease. So once again, I just really encourage everyone who has not been vaccinated to please come get a vaccination so that we can stop this surge. And with that, can I get a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion.
Okay, a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all of those in favor say aye.
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 All of those opposed? Thank you. All of those opposed? Okay, we are adjourned.